I've recorded this intro so many times, and I often do this because I have this thing where I feel like everything has to flow smoothly. Like, I have this thing where I'm not allowed to stumble on my words. I can't just pause for a minute and think. I can't do any of that. Everything has to run smoothly, which is not reality. So that's what I'm learning. I'm learning to just accept how things go, unless I butcher it like crazy. But I also can cut it out if it bothers me that much. So I just have to learn to just let things flow how it is. So with that being said, hey guys, it's Princess Asura. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing like a cleaning motivation. I haven't done this before, but I decided to do it today because I just had a mental breakdown. For those of you that don't know, I am suffering from depression and anxiety, and a lot of times it is hard to maintain a clean space because I feel so low all the time. And I love having a clean space, but again, it is hard to do when I feel so low. So today I'm trying to force myself to do so, and hopefully you guys can actually join me doing while I do this. So let's get this video started. So this is what we're working with. My countertop is never cluttered like that. It's just because I took out all of my cleaning products at once. Even though I feel unmotivated most of the time, I don't let my bedroom or my bathroom get to the point where I can't see the floor and I can't move around in it. I don't let it get to that point at all. So I'm just starting off with steaming. This is actually my second time doing this, and it's really helpful to get all the mildew and all that stuff out, get anything in like hard to reach places. So I really like using this. You kind of have to have some sort of patience when you're using this because sometimes whatever you're cleaning, it takes a while to actually get everything off. So I do share a bathroom, but I share a bathroom with a child, so it does get stressful for me sometimes having to be the only one cleaning up in the bathroom when I have to share. Like, if it's my own bathroom, I'm okay with taking responsibility and maintaining my own mess, but when there's somebody else and that's younger, so you would expect there's more mess because they don't understand, it does get stressful for me. And at this point in my life, I get stressed out very easily, but mostly over little things. And this person isn't related to me in any type of way, so it's kind of difficult cleaning up after somebody that you don't know rather than if it was your kid or your sibling. If this person was older, it would be much easier because then we can both split the responsibility of cleaning the bathroom. And I know some people do get their kids or little siblings to start learning how to clean from young. But in my position, I don't know this person, so I feel like it's not my place to tell this person what to do or how to do things. And at the same time, I don't have patience at this point to teach somebody how to do something because with some of my symptoms of depression, I do get irritated very quickly, frustrated, and I don't have patience. And that's common in some people with depression. And I'm not used to doing this at all. I do have a younger sister, but she's only 2 years younger than me. So growing up, we were doing things together, learning things together. I never was in a situation where I had to clean up after somebody that was way younger than me. I never had to take on that responsibility, so I don't understand how it feels. And as of right now, with some of my symptoms of depression, I am very impatient and I get frustrated very easily, and so I'm not so understanding. Deep down, I do know this is a kid and I can't expect much from them, but it's really hard to control my emotions at this moment. But I am doing therapy and finding ways to control my emotions so I don't let my depression get the best of me. As my depression got more and more severe, I felt unmotivated to do the things I like. dealing with it, I realized that a lot of things that I like to do, it kind of like took all that stuff away from me, because now I feel so unmotivated to do it. So I'm really trying my best to work on my depression, because I want to find joy in doing the things that I know I love and being able to be motivated to do those things. With that being said, I really do like cleaning, but of course, I don't feel like doing it all the time. So sometimes I just don't, or I have to force myself, and I don't want to have to force myself. I want the feeling of wanting to do it to come naturally and more often. And sometimes I do get like a burst of motivation to do something. And when that happens, I kind of have to take advantage of doing that thing right away. But sometimes, like if it's cleaning the bathroom, I can't always do it right away. I can't always clean the bathroom right away, because I also have to be considerate of the fact that I share a bathroom. So sometimes that person may need to go in the shower or whatever the case may be. But the problem with that, the downfall, is that sometimes when I'm waiting to get the opportunity, when I have that burst of motivation, it then goes away. Then I don't feel like doing anything anymore. And personally, it's not a big deal to wait on someone to finish using the bathroom. That's just not something to then feel unmotivated about just because I had to wait. It's kind of something that just happens to me, and I don't understand what it is. A lot of times I do feel unmotivated simply because I'm just tired. I feel like I might have like insomnia. I have trouble sleeping a lot of the times. Sometimes I'll be tossing and turning in my bed for hours before I'm able to fall asleep. Sometimes I often fall asleep in the morning, like 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m. is when I'm finally falling asleep, which is crazy considering that I'm actually trying to sleep for hours before then. I did try to take melatonin, but it didn't work. So I went to my doctor, and so my doctor gave me some sleeping pills, and I decided not to take them because he said that it causes vivid dreams, and vivid dreams could be okay, but some of them are scary like sleep paralysis. I don't want to experience that type of dream at all, especially just from taking a pill to help me sleep. And I'll have to continue taking that pill until I guess I feel like I don't have to anymore. And it could happen like every night. It could be good, could be bad, I don't know. And I don't really want to take that risk, because if it's a bad one, I don't know. Like, I feel like every time I go to sleep after that, I'll have a panic attack, knowing that it could happen again, because I am terrified of that kind of dream. But the same day I got those sleeping pills, a miracle happened where I was able to fall asleep early, and so I never really had a problem ever since. I'm saying this pretty late into the video, but I will be talking for basically the whole video. So if you don't really want to hear me talk, you just want to watch me clean, you can put it on mute if you haven't already. That's okay. But if you do want to listen to what I have to say, I appreciate it, and I thank you so much for listening. So this solution that I'm using isn't by Method. I just put it in this bottle, but it's basically Dawn dish soap mixed with water. When I say I get frustrated easily, an example would be when I record my YouTube videos, because like I said in the intro, I have like this thing where everything has to be smooth, perfect. I can't stutter. And so when I'm saying something, if I stutter and I keep stuttering or I keep forgetting what I'm saying, I will literally get so frustrated with myself, and I don't understand why I do that. And it's over something that's so small. Like, it's natural for some people to stutter, it's natural to forget what you're saying, but for some reason I just can't accept that. So for example, you guys see some of my Bath and Body Works videos not the ones where I'm not showing my face, the ones that I'm actually sitting down and talking about the fragrance and stuff like that, things like that, or hygiene videos, stuff like that. When I'm actually sitting down or standing, whatever, and talking to the camera, it takes me like 2-3 hours sometimes to record a 5-minute video, because I know you guys know that some of those videos are short, like my Bath and Body Works hauls and stuff like that. I don't make them long because I don't have much to say. Also because I start rushing because I get frustrated with myself. And I don't know if you guys notice, but sometimes I can't smile or anything. Or sometimes I'll say something in such a monotone voice, because that's me at the last take getting frustrated with myself, and then I'm starting to talk again. I don't know, and I can't calm myself down before I start speaking again. I don't know what it is. It's just really frustrating that I do that to myself. And if you've watched me for a few months now, you would notice that I haven't been super consistent. Like now I'm trying to post every day or every other day, but before I was posting once a week, once every other week, or I would take a 2-month break. But sometimes that was for other reasons. But posting like once a week, when I'm able to post more than that, was simply because most of my video topics that I had planned were one of those sit down videos that I get frustrated about. And so a lot of times I avoid doing it when I know I'm gonna get frustrated. And I know you guys like those videos, that's why I do them. I don't feel pressured at all to continue doing them, because I like doing them deep down. It's just that I just don't know why I get so frustrated over something so little. And that's why I am practicing just letting things flow, so I'm able to easily do those videos, so it doesn't take me so long just because I'm getting frustrated with myself. So again, for things like that, I do feel unmotivated, and oftentimes in order to record and get some content out, I have to force myself. Sometimes, not every time, because sometimes I'm really in the mood to record one of those videos knowing that I'm going to be frustrated with myself. But hopefully that won't be happening from now on, because I'm really trying hard to work on myself. I don't have much patience in this moment, but I am trying my best to be patient with myself, knowing that it does take a while to really get better at things and work on things, especially for yourself. And when it comes to mental health, this stuff does not go away overnight, or you can't help it and change things overnight. I mean, like, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but sometimes these things do take a lot of time. So I'm trying to be as patient as possible and not give up on it, because I know I can do this. And a lot of times when I'm feeling annoyed, frustrated, irritated, miserable, sad about anything, I isolate myself. My room is usually my safe spot when I feel that way, just to stay away from everybody, just so I don't end up lashing out on somebody by accident, because it's like I'm being possessed and I can't control my emotions. So often I stay away just to avoid any problems like that, because deep down I do not want to be getting mad or frustrated, whatever the case may be, with somebody over something so small, or something that I didn't mean to get mad about. Something I'm not even mad about just happens and I don't know what to do, don't know how to control it. So to avoid stuff like that, I stay away, because it's not fair. It's not fair for everybody that has to deal with that. And most of the time I don't even know why I'm upset with that person or why I got mad. It just happens. That's why I feel like it's like I'm being possessed by like a disgusting personality, and I don't like it at all. So I stay away. Depression is not an easy topic to talk about. If you're listening to this right now, I really hope and would like you to be that person that's supportive of their family, friends, whoever, when they come to you about anything, not even just depression. If they come to you about anything that's bothering them, whatever the case may be a listening ear, give advice when needed, be welcoming, don't make somebody feel bad about something. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's the best thing I could say. Because when someone's dealing with something like depression, a lot of times people with depression don't even like to open up to people. You see all these people that come out with depression and you're like, well, why didn't they say anything all these years? Simply because some people just feel like they don't have anybody supportive. Not even just feel like, they might actually not have anybody that they know that's supportive or listens or understands or anything like that. Or there might be nobody that they can actually talk to about stuff like this. And so they keep it inside and they suffer alone behind closed doors. And then later there's regret. And then there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of people that are confused, you know? So that's why it's important to be that person that's welcoming, because you never know. And for me, I'm thankful enough to have my family that supports me. But if it wasn't for them, if they weren't supportive, some of my friends in the past, I actually had to get rid of them because of this. I try to open up to them about this and they don't even care to listen. Or there was someone that tried to make me feel bad about it as if this was my fault, and I just didn't understand. I'm telling you about a mental disorder I have, and then you're making me feel bad about it. I don't get how that makes any sense. I don't really get it. So there's just some weird people that don't make any sense when it comes to stuff like that. So that really taught me, well, I'm not open with everybody, but I try to be open with people that I trust. I trusted those people to know what's going on with me, and I felt like it was right for them to know because they were close to me. But trust me, the people that are close to you aren't really always that good. People that you think are close to you aren't always that close to you, and it could be family members too. But when it comes to situations like this, and when you want to open up to these people, that's when you really find out who's real and who's not. I have anxiety too. I have social anxiety. So it does make it really hard to maneuver through life when you have anxiety, because you're anxious about so many things. I don't like going to places as simple as the store because I know people are, of course, going to be shopping in there. I don't like going alone, or if I have to go alone, I'm always on the phone with somebody. I always need company just to calm me down. Otherwise, I'm like anxious, freaking out, and I absolutely don't like that feeling. And so it causes me to be an introvert. I don't go outside and do anything because I'm simply not interested in making me feel anxious. So it's not only depression that causes me to be inside and stay in my room. It's also because of my anxiety. And I've been told so many times by my doctor, my therapist, others, to just take walks because being inside in your room does not help, especially when it comes to depression and anxiety, both of them. It doesn't help, so it's good to be outside, get some fresh air and walk. But I don't like walking because, I don't know, it makes me anxious walking on a main road. Because where I have to walk, I kind of have to walk on a main road. And I'll only walk in an area that I know of. I'm not going to drive to some random neighborhood and start walking. So I only walk where I know, and where I know is the main road. And I don't like cars passing by because I feel like everybody's staring at me. Sometimes people do. I've gotten honked at. I don't like that kind of attention, so I avoid doing that. Or when there's a lot of people walking too, absolutely not. So if, for example, if I was to be downtown, which is not realistic at all, but say I was downtown and there's a lot of people working down there, walking down there for whatever reason. And since there's a lot of different places there, people are going to work here, there. So I would not like to walk there, especially by myself. And with all those cars, I just wouldn't be able to do it because I feel like sometimes everybody's watching me. Sometimes it's the case where people are watching you, some people notice you, but there's times where no one's even looking at you, no one acknowledged you, and you just feel so anxious and you feel like everybody is staring at you. But I won't walk in a neighborhood in general, simply because, especially if it's a quiet one, because I want to be in the open, if you understand what I mean. It actually just makes it worse if I'm walking inside of a neighborhood, especially if I don't know the neighborhood and it's quiet, because I don't know, it just feels so unsafe. So as you may have been able to already tell, anxiety a lot of times is just basically you overthinking. I know I'm overthinking, but I can't help the feeling. I know that when it comes to depression, that's not really me. I understand that things I get mad at, I shouldn't be mad at. I realize all these things. The problem is I can't control it. It's hard for me to do so. So that's what I'm trying to work on. The only difference between my anxiety from my depression is the time I've had it for. I've had anxiety ever since I was very young. I just didn't know what it was. That's the problem. I could have been able to help myself earlier if I would have known. And the thing is, I didn't open up about it because I just didn't really know what to say. I didn't know that it was something I was supposed to speak up about. I didn't know any better. And the problem with that is it got worse and worse and worse as I got older. I always tell people every year it gets worse. Last year was better than this year. Things that normally didn't make me feel anxious will make me feel anxious this year rather than last year. It's just a weird thing. And so I just wish I was able to get help before. And I did open up to my parents years ago, but them too, they didn't really understand what it was. They didn't really think anxiety, and I didn't think anxiety. I kind of learned about depression, anxiety, and all those things through social media. I didn't know about any of that stuff, and I feel like a lot of people learn about these disorders through social media. And I actually thank social media, because if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have ever found out unless I went to a doctor and they said, okay, this sounds like anxiety. A lot of people go on medication like antidepressants to deal with depression, anxiety, and I am debating on it. My doctor just want to put me on it, but I am debating because I don't want those vivid dreams again, because it could cause that. I may be overthinking, but I don't think I am, because I know that vivid dreams could be a possibility, and I don't want it. I don't want it. Even if it could be good or bad, I don't want it. And then some people, antidepressants make it worse, and I don't want it to be worse. So I'm just really trying to think, but I know a lot of people say it really helped them. It's the best thing in the world. So I don't know. I just have a lot to think about. So that is it for my depression and anxiety talk. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments, and comment down below if you want me to do something like this again. It could be a different topic. It can be a story time. Just let me know. If you have any questions, you want to share anything, thoughts, or your own stories about depression and anxiety, you can feel free to share in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.